Ooh, it's an absolute corker of a morning. It's crisp, it's cold, it's bright. A little foggy at the moment, but I'm hoping that will clear. So it's time for another hill day. I don't paint outside that often, and partly it's because of this. There is so much to get organised, and you've got to have so much puff. And to be honest, today I am not full of puff, but it's so lovely out there that I think it's worth biting the bullet and giving it a go. Yellow, brown, viridian, cerulean, alizarin crimson, palette knives. I do go through a lot of paint. More blue. Need shitloads of blue. Figa. Sharpie. Bin bags. Let's rock and roll. There's always a bit of an issue about how to get your painting back in the car, so I've made these things out of old for sale signs and a bit of wood. It's a bit like spending the whole day icing a cake in the middle of nowhere and then trying to bring it home in the back of a Skoda. Not easy. I'm just heading up to the hills, but it's such a beautiful morning with this mist, and I kind of gonna have to wait for it to burn off. That I've just stopped at Potts Wrigley in the churchyard just to have a little mooch because it's so atmospheric in the mist. I did a nice painting in this church last year, which my friend Gary bought, and it's still one of my favourites. The light here, when the light is like this, the stone is so golden. Ooh, I can see myself there. Go on mate, you can do it, nearly there. We're here! So my evil plans have paid off, the sun has burnt off, and now I've just got to get this lot halfway up the hill. Let's go. So this is quite an ambitious outing really, because painting outside is pretty tricky. You saw the stuff I've got to lug about. You've got to be mega organised. I mean, I don't find it at all easy painting outside. I've had some quite successful paintings, but by and large I need the kind of control of the studio, and then there's the factor of I'm trying to do this and film it for you guys, just to like make it even more exciting. We're here, base camp. Oh, but I've suddenly got up there and now I've like lost my confidence a bit, because it's quite overwhelming actually. There's a lot of view, and there's a lot of light, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's, you know, a bit overwhelming out here really. It's like, where do I start? Just have a look at that view. I mean, there's a lot to see here, there's a lot to take in, you know. I've been doing this thing recently where I paint on really thick board, and in some cases even mask off the edges with masking tape to create so like the painting doesn't go all the way to the edge. And the reason I've been doing this is because I feel like it somehow accentuates the fatness of the paint. I don't know, it makes it more of an object. You're kind of showing where the crisp white board becomes the thick juicy paint. So that's my plan here with this, you know, quite a little board actually for a bloody enormous view. The wind is quite a chill factor, so I've had to toggle up with the old wind cheater. Oh, I forgot my brown. That was horrible. So what I'm trying to do here is basically get the colours I can see on the palette before I start. Because what I'm finding is basically if I can get that down, I can get like an array of colours. It's almost like the picture is happening on the palette. I just filled up an SD card and I had to go back to the car to get an empty one. It reminded me you can get a bit frenetic like when you're out, because you sort of, I don't know, like puts the pressure on, you're sort of painting frenetically, and it just made me think like, actually I've got the whole day up here, it's absolutely delightful. There's zero reason to rush, it's a tiny painting, and actually just chill out. All summer I was really focused on how to paint these really long views with the horizon stretching away to kind of 20 miles or so. I was also really interested in the kind of cloudscapes that you get, and I had a bee in my bonnet about painting cumulus clouds and learning to do that. And in doing this, my paintings got bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't normally paint this big. This is sort of 60 by 50, and also they began taking me a long time. So this painting is like a week's work of slowly building up, and I am chuffed with it, but equally there's some practical considerations about painting so big and painting so long. So I've been kind of working on this idea of, can I make a big view small? Cold is really getting into it. I think we're coming on here. It's surprisingly hard work, this. I mean, I know like you're sitting at home thinking like, that guy's got the cushiest job ever, but it's weirdly demanding. It's, you know, it's like weirdly intense, and it really puts the pressure on coming and doing it out here, particularly with the film. And it's like I'm pitting myself against something, and I'm doing it in a very visible way. You know, there's something at the end that to show for it, that people are going to look at and to some extent judge. yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for an outdoor job, facing the elements. So yeah, I think it's time to pack up and take my chilly backside home, go and thaw out. Yeah, well pleased with that. That was quite a nice little expedition, really. I feel like I've learnt quite a lot from doing that and putting myself out of my comfort zone. I like the little format for painting outside like that. It has a sort of manageable element. I took loads more stuff than I needed to, not least an easel, which didn't even get out of its bag. But yeah, it was, you know, I feel there's a lot to be learnt there. Is it my best picture ever? I don't know, probably not. We'll wait. I can't really tell at this stage, but I don't think that's what's really important. I think that so much of this work is just painting and painting and painting and coming out and doing it and learning something, and there'll be stuff I take home from today for other paintings. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But as ever, thank you very much for your charming company. It's been great, and I'll look forward to seeing you again for another Peak District painting video soon. Bye. Why is it the flasks always taste of parsnip soup? I don't think we've ever had parsnip soup in this flask, but that tea, it's not quite right.